Welcome back to my part 2 of Day 1 of Animal Crossing New Horizons. First thing you gotta know about Day 1 is your Dodo Airlines will not be functioning on Day 1, so you cannot have any friends visit your island locally or online for your first day. And I know that stinks, but there's a ton we gotta get done anyway on this first day, so let's just dive right into it and get you started. The first thing you're going to want to do is head up to your resident services and talk to Nook. That's basically where I'm going to go with all of this. You need to talk to Nook. He will tell you everything you need to do to progress your island, basically throughout the entire game. But the first time you walk into this tent, he's going to introduce you to DIY recipes. So walk right up to that bench and press A, and he will say, "Oh, you've discovered my DIY workbench." He will then have you set out to find 5 wooden sticks, which you can again find at the bottom of trees, or shake trees to find all your sticks. Return back, talk to Tom Nook, and he will give you a recipe for a fishing rod, and you will craft it. After you finish the training, he will then give you the DIY app for your Nook phone, where it will have all the recipes that you gather throughout the entire island. And he gives you some free recipes too, including the flimsy fishing rod that you just made, a flimsy net, and a campfire, and a simple DIY workbench. So now that we have all those recipes at our disposal now, let's pick up all the weeds that we can on the entire island that we can actually reach. We're going to go fishing for a little bit, catching some bugs. If you see any bugs with your net, we're going to catch all of those. And I'm going to show you what to do with those in just a minute. But just catch as many bugs, catch as many fish as you can, and pick up all your weeds. You're going to get miles for all of this, so don't worry. Just trust me. So right here, I forgot to craft a flimsy net. So I'm going to gather 5 sticks real quick, go back to Tom Nook's resident services, and craft one so I can catch bugs when I see them. Alright, so as I was pulling my weeds, I noticed the fish. So I'm going to get out my fishing rod, and I'm going to push A to throw my line into the water. I'm going to wait for the fish to take my bobber underwater. You'll hear it go bloop. And then I'll push A, and I will catch the fish. Do not sell the fish. I haven't taught you how to do that yet. Don't do that. Just keep it in your pocket. And go back to what you were doing, pulling your weeds. As I was pulling, I found another fish, so let's catch him real quick, and we will also keep this fish in our pocket for use much later. We'll snag this fish along for the ride too. Also, while you're walking around your village, pulling your weeds and catching stuff, don't forget to talk to your villagers. You actually do get Nook miles for talking to them, so talk to them as often as you see them. Found our first bug. Let's catch that one too real quick, so we can pack it along for the ride. After speaking with both of my neighbors, as you see, you get some Nook miles. When you see that notification top left, you've got yourself some Nook miles. So open up the app. You will go down, use your right stick to go down, and it will go immediately to the Nook miles that you just earned. Push A on those miles, and they are yours. Your total is on the top right. And yeah, let's keep moving. Now we caught all those creatures because 1, they gave us Nook miles, but 2, they're going to give us all kinds of other things. We're going to take them all to Tom Nook because we're going to unlock a few things. After we give him the first creature, he's going to give us the Crittertopia app, which will allow us to track what animals we've caught thus far in the game, and it will tell us when you can catch those particular creatures, what time of year, and what time of day you can catch them. It's very useful. After you give him the second creature, he will then give you the flimsy axe recipe. After you give him the third creature, he will then give you some flowers that you can plant along your island, which will also give you more Nook miles. After you give him the fourth creature, he will give you the flimsy watering can so you can water those flowers. After you give him the fifth creature, Tom Nook will unlock the museum for you. He will give you the tent that you can set up for blathers, and you can set it up anywhere on your island. Remember, you can move it later in the game, but pick a spot that you're kind of okay with having the museum be at for a little while. Then just go back to what you were doing before. Pull all of your weeds, plant the flowers that Tom Nook gave you, continue catching bugs and fish, save the ones that you have not caught yet. Whenever you see the word yes, you know you caught a new creature. Try to remember the creatures that you gave to Tom Nook, because those, if you catch those again, you can now start selling those to Timmy and Tommy inside resident services, and that will also start giving you some Nook miles for selling stuff. Also, gather the fruit that's on your island and sell everything you can get your hands on. That will also give you a lot of miles. Why don't you give your new flimsy axe a try? That will give you some Nook miles. All you have to do is walk up to a tree and push A and you'll get some wood. And if you hit a tree more than 3 times, do not worry, you're not going to cut the tree down with the flimsy axe. It's not sharp enough. You have no worries. You hit the tree as many times as you want, but you will only get 3 pieces of wood falling out of one tree every day. So after you're done hitting that tree 3 times, you will not have any more wood coming out of that tree till tomorrow. When you do find creatures you have not caught yet, you can place them right next to your tent, because you'll need to free up some pocket space at some point, and Tom Nook isn't going to accept any more donations, and Blathers isn't going to be around to accept your museum donations until tomorrow. So just place them right next to your tent. They'll magically pop up in some kind of container, and they'll be perfect and ready for you the next day. Another thing that will get you a lot of miles is using your flimsy axe to hit rocks, and you can get clay, more rocks to make more flimsy axes, and you'll also get some iron. Now, do not sell that iron. You need that iron for later use, and I'll tell you why later, but just keep all the iron that you find on the island. Take a look at your Nook Miles app. You definitely have enough Nook Miles to pay off your debt by this point. So go talk to Tom Nook and pay off your debts. And you are now debt-free. And if you want, you can even talk to him immediately after paying off your debt and upgrade your tent to a house. And you'll have more debt to pay, but this time it will be in bells and not miles. So it's time to start making some money. There's another reason to upgrade to a house immediately, and that is to get Nook Miles Plus, which will give you even more Nook Miles for every little day deeds that you do throughout your island. And now you are debt-free. So go explore your island, go get some more things done, or you can stop playing and come back tomorrow, and we'll have some more things for you to do. But until next time, guys, keep it nerdy.